So we have learnt about the structure of the bacteria and the shapes of the different bacteria. Now these bacteria, some of them are useful in nature and most of them are very harmful. So first we will learn about the beneficial bacteria or the useful bacteria. So let us know how they are useful to us. The first type of bacteria is the lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is very important because it helps to convert the milk into curd. At home sometimes we prepare the curd from the milk. So this is the reason behind it, that the bacteria lactobacillus will convert the milk into curd. The next type of bacteria is the rhizobium. The rhizobium bacteria, this is present in the root nodules of leguminous plants. You can see in the picture the root nodules, these tiny ball-like structures which are attached to the roots. So the bacteria will reside inside these root nodules, and what they will do, they will convert the atmospheric nitrogen. They will trap the nitrogen from the air and convert it into nitrates. And these nitrates will be absorbed by the plants, and the plants need these nitrates for its nutrition. So that is how the bacteria is helping the plant. And the bacteria itself is getting shelter in the roots of the plants. Next type is the Streptomyces. The Streptomyces bacteria is very useful in the medicine industry because it is used for making antibiotics like streptomycins, tetracycline. Next bacteria is the Escherichia coli. Escherichia coli is found in the intestine of human beings and it helps in digestion. It also produces vitamin B and vitamin K. Next one is the Acetobacter. This is also a very important bacteria because it is used for making vinegars, wines and fruit juices. Vinegars, I hope you know what is a vinegar. It is found in the kitchen, and while marinating the chicken, we add the vinegar, isn't it? So how this vinegar is produced? It is produced with the help of the Acetobacter bacteria. Next, for preparation of yogurt and also probiotic milk products, the Streptococcus thermophilus bacteria is used. Then for tanning of leather, you know that the shoes, belts, these are made up of leather. But where from this leather is coming? It is coming from the hides of the cows and buffaloes. Okay, but directly it is not made from there in that way. First the fat, the hair, tissues, these things have to be removed. Now how this fat and tissues, these are removed? Certain bacteria are there, they will decompose the fatty tissues and thus they will help to make the leather from the hides of these animals or the skins of these animals. Now what bacteria are used for this tanning of leather? Bacillus bacteria, Streptomyces species bacteria. So these are the bacteria that helps in tanning of leather. Next, retting of jute fibers. Now what is retting of jute fibers? You have seen jute bags or jute sacks. Now how this jute is obtained? It is obtained from the stems of the jute plants. Okay, the stems are actually green in color. Now what is done? The jute farmers, they will just cut the stems and they will submerge the stems in the water for many days. Now what will happen? The bacteria present in the water, they will digest the gummy substance that bind the fibers together and they will separate the fibers. Okay, so after a few days the fibers will be separated while it is present in the water. With the help of the bacteria, the fibers will be separated and thus we get the jute fibers from the stems of the jute plant. And this process is called the retting of jute fibers. Next, Bacillus species and Thermus species, they help in the formation of compost and manure, which are very important fertilizers for the plants. Okay, sometimes we just make the compost with the help of the kitchen wastes. Okay, the vegetable peels, we dump them in a pit and we allow them to decompose, isn't it? So this is how the manure or the compost can be made, and these bacteria help in the preparation of the compost. Next, biogas production. Certain bacteria are there which help in the production of biogas. Now what is a biogas? Biogas is actually a fuel which is used for cooking purpose, and it is obtained by decomposing the cow dung. So in the villages, the cow dung is decomposed and from there the biogas is produced. And the solid and the liquid waste which are left after the production of the biogas, these can be used as a manure or plant fertilizer. Then certain bacteria are also there which are used to prevent the diarrhea in the infants, like the lactobacillus bacteria and the bifidobacterium. So we have learnt about the various beneficial bacteria which are very useful to us. Now we will know about the harmful bacteria. I've already told you that most of the bacteria present around us are harmful in nature. So there is a chart wherefrom you have to know the names of the bacteria and the diseases which they cause. So what are the bacteria? Let us know. Mycobacterium tuberculosis, which causes tuberculosis disease. Mycobacterium leprae, causing leprosy disease. Then Clostridium tetani, it causes tetanus disease. Yersinia pestis, it causes bubonic plague. Corynebacterium diphtheriae, it causes diphtheria disease. Bacillus anthracis, it causes anthrax. Vibrio cholerae, it causes cholera disease. Salmonella typhi causes typhoid. Clostridium botulinum, it causes botulism. Treponema pallidum, it causes syphilis. So you have to know the names of the bacteria and the diseases which they cause, and be very careful while writing the spellings of the names of the bacteria. So up to this today. Thank you so much. Have a nice time, everyone.